ladies' night in New Jersey, and it's season 7, episode 15. Namaste away from me, coming at you right now.
You're tuning into the destination for
Keep the energy.
TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, AfterBuzzers, and welcome to the after show for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Ladies' night here, I guess. Not exactly what we had. I thought it was going to be a little on a larger scale.
Yeah, same.
Yes, but
Oh, there we go. Dance
we're
lights.
gonna bring the energy and bring the noise tonight with myself and the lovely panel I have seated next to me, Megan.
Hi, guys. It's Megan Stecher, and you guys can tweet me at Megan Stecher.
Fern Ronay here, and you can tweet me at Fern Ronay.
And shout out to Annabelle, who's a little under the weather tonight, but I'm sure she's having a ladies' night of her own.
She is. She addressed her text to us, my little colonels.
Yes.
As we enjoyed some more Little Colonel this week.
Yeah.
We do. That is the gift that just keeps on giving.
I thank you, Little Colonel people, because those 16 bags that came just
I didn't realize they sent you full bags.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Generous.
Yes, I've had it at work too, and it's great. I mean, I make a mess. Do you make a mess when you eat those? Because they're so
Yes,
small.
because half of the handful ends up on the
Yeah, I was so embarrassed. I got up from my chair and it just I was wearing this light shirt, just fell all over the place. Like a new employee. I look like an idiot. But what else is new? Meanwhile, let's talk about tonight's show. Teresa and Joe. Teresa and Gia are together, and they're waiting for an email from Joe. Joe has been away now for a day, and Melania is taking it really hard. She says that she's going to have gray hair by the time she sees her dad again, and she's just having the worst time, apparently. That's how they're at least selling it to us. So, everyone's dealing with it in their own way, but I guess she's the closest. She says, Teresa says that Melania is like the female version of her dad.
Mm-hmm. I think it was easy to see, especially in those specials from last year, that Melania loved being around her dad, but she loved giving him a hard time. And she loved giving Teresa a hard time before Teresa had to go away. So I think she really learned to lean on Joe when Teresa was gone. And now that Joe is gone, it's this whole reversal in her mind. And I think it's bringing up abandonment feelings for her, possibly. That's what she's dealing with.
Yeah, she definitely has that rapport with Joe that they bust each other back and forth, and she doesn't have that with Teresa. I don't see it.
Yeah.
And so I think she just misses having her buddy around, kind of, even though she busted his balls. I think she genuinely misses him. Mm-hmm. But I was laughing that she got on so dramatic, she couldn't handle the talk anymore, and she got on the quad and took off. Where was she gonna go?
I know.
No, my little sister is so like that. She would have throw a tantrum, get so upset over something from 0 to 60 in no time, and storm out the front door and leave in her car when she was 16, and it would be okay.
She's around the corner.
See you in 20 minutes.
It was a little bit like Melania, getting on a motorcycle, I'm effing out of here. I need to drive.
Don't you see her as the bad girl at high school smoking under the bleachers?
Yes.
I love it.
And
I
Joe,
like her.
Gorga actually had good advice for one. I mean, everything he says, he's a Neanderthal, but
yes,
when he said, think of your father if you, God forbid, got hurt, how he would feel in there, not being able to help you.
Yeah.
Finally, something wise coming from his mouth.
And he offered a solution, I'll do this with you.
Right.
You're not going to lose this from your life too, which was a progressive moment in Joe's life.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because I think that she responded to that really well, which instead of being don't be upset or listen to your mother or stop doing that, it was someone saying, I'll do the stuff with you your dad used to do. And that to her was okay, good, I'm going to be okay. This is going to be fine.
Well, one of my favorite parts of New Jersey this season has to be the show within the show, this envy store, and the cast of characters that are in this little shop. So it's 6 days before the Envy fashion show. And I get such a kick out of this when they go there, because I know it's going to be half scripted, 3/4 a mess, and Melissa just still trying to promote herself. That's her storyline, so I get such a kick when they get to go there. But I missed that Jackie, that Patty Mayonnaise running around.
Well, she's in the Bahamas right now.
Again.
Isn't that where she is?
Yeah, she was already there once this season too, and she decided to go the 1 week they're gonna have the first ever fashion show.
It makes 0 sense to me, but okay.
Yeah, so she's in the Bahamas, and it's all oh, no one knows what's going on. No one knows what they're gonna wear. Or can the models walk? Melissa's might have to show them how to walk. Like, no one knows what's going on, and who knows? The manager is still there doing his thing. I mean, it's very enjoyable. I enjoy the store.
What's his name again? Derek?
Derek, yeah.
My friend. Hi.
I enjoy like the store because I think it's just like a departure from the rest of the show. And it's just such a mess.
Is exactly right. It's when you go there, it's like scripted. It's her showing off like this is her storyline. It's everything you said is exactly right.
I did a little Instagram cruising of their Instagram account because
Okay.
I was like, you know what? Let me see what is really going on here at Envy. And I do think a lot of the clothes are pretty great. She's an amazing selection of, I think they're all Sam Edelman brand shoes that she's carrying. And they're fabulous. Like the styles that she has right now are fabulous. So it's not half bad. It's something about the presentation of the boutique that's not working for me. I think it's really a great upscale place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you ladies look for in like a shopping experience, but it is a little plain in there.
I mean, I think for the shopper she's going for, it does look like you're in her closet, I think, the way that the store is decorated.
Okay.
So, in the way that the clothes are in the wardrobe boutique looking type things against the wall, and the way that the shoes are displayed looks like you know, a wealthy woman's like shoe rack in a nice personally built in closet. So, I think that's true when she's like, I want it to be like you're shopping in my closet. I get it. I do see that. I think it's sad that the store is being portrayed in a comedic light on the show because I don't know. I guess it just shouldn't be her storyline because they're making a comedy out of it when she's there, and then when she and Joe do that fighting about her working at home, that's also bad. So nothing looks positive about when this is her storyline.
Right,
like nothing's positive about it, but the store looks cute to me.
Yeah.
I have like a ridiculous amount of followers, but I know you did mention last week. Pretty sure she invested in some fake followers.
It is an investment. I don't know for sure, but I mean, it's an investment that one would make with the importance of social media. And look, if you want to get the ball rolling, I mean, you know, there's a lot of different things you can pay for. You know, when I first started my podcast, you can promote it on Facebook. You can like boost it. So like I put like $5 to boost it to get that way like 1,000 people would see it per day or something like that. Just like premiere, it didn't do anything for the show. But I mean, like, you know, there are little things you can do, and you know, when you're launching a business and there's that option, I mean, you know, who knows? I never bought followers though. I've done that. I mean, it's like, who needs it? I don't know. For me, it wouldn't help me. But yeah. So that we have the fashion show to look forward to. So Dolores is unveiling her kitchen, and poor Siggy's son, like he has any interest in going to see this woman's house.
She's like, aren't you excited to see Dolores' kitchen? Why would he care at all?
Why did she drag these poor children to this party?
I know. I know. Like, talk about, like, wouldn't they rather go out shopping than get something out of it? You know what I mean? Like, anything else than just go hang around, their mom's friend's house.
Here's my thing is I cannot watch these shows anymore. This show and this season specifically without saying, why are they doing that? Nothing to me is genuine. Everything is, this is my storyline this week. This scene we're filming for this purpose. Here's the bullet points. You know, if I'm the producer, I'm saying, Jacqueline, here's the bullet points you need to hit with Teresa or whatever. And it's so what was Siggy's plan in dragging the kids to this party? Because so far we haven't seen the kids outside of any Siggy specific mothering, parenting storyline in the home or at the son's birthday. So now, what was the point of dragging the kids to the party? What were the producers hoping to get out of that? So I was confused.
That is a really good point. And I don't know. Maybe they were hoping that there would be some big blowout fight, and then Siggy could be like, you were talking that way in front of my children. You were fighting in front of my kids.
There you go.
And then it just didn't happen.
See,
I
think
that's a good point.
I think it's because her husband doesn't want to participate, or she doesn't want her husband to participate. So she doesn't want to go to events alone. So she just drags the kids with her, so she's not walking in by herself.
It would have been nice if we could have seen some small side over in the corner talk between Frankie and, is it Gabby is Frankie's sister?
So, yeah.
And then Siggy's two children. Like, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, our mom's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, just like, my mom's so over the top. So is mine, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The kitchen looked nice. I thought the living room, though, was all wrong.
I can't wait to hear it. Tell us.
Oh my God, Grant was having an absolute fit over the way this place looked, but I can only half hear with my headphones on while watching the show. So I'm ready for Grant's official critique of Dolores' new interiors.
I'm very happy that she had the work done in her home. The couches are lovely. I've seen those couches at Restoration Harbor. I don't know if it's the same ones, but if they are the Restoration Harbor ones, they're like thousands of dollars. Big investment, pretty couches. Placement is wrong. They have that great fireplace. If you go back and check it out, have like a design to it. A big, great fireplace in the center of the room. And you put a big brown piece of furniture right in front of it, which is the couch. That blocks all energy that you could center around that fireplace in the room. Then she put children's baby pictures of adults on the mantle. Another thing I wouldn't do. I don't know. It's like if you're gonna unveil this as like this new beginning, I don't know. I think you want it to be a little bit more modern in a way. She had a very big. This is just my perspective. This means nothing to anyone listening.
No, it does. You have good taste.
But I mean, to me, like she had a lot of big, bulky furniture in there. She had one glass cabinet which was just full of all candle stubs, and then she had a lot of large candles around, which is okay. But the thing with candles is, if you don't light them, they get covered in dust, and they serve no real purpose, and it's dead energy. It's a lot of dead energy in a lot of different places. Then she had this big. This is terrible. I don't mean it in a mean way.
Fantastic.
I'm so enthralled.
Then she had a large, big wall unit, which was like a beech wood or like a bleached wood type look, which is not really the thing anymore. That the big, oversized furniture that's like thick like that, like a big piece of wood. And that really, I mean, she just got settled. I get it, but there wasn't a lot on there, and there was nothing of any color. There wasn't anything like that. It was a warm tone room, but I thought it was just the placement was wrong. I thought that there was the little furniture that wasn't there was just too big and out of place for that room. That's some of the stuff that I would have removed if I was redoing that room. I'm putting in more fresh stuff, like nice lamps, playing with heights, introduce some plants. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do in that space.
So impressive.
God, we have our own Jonathan Adler over here, just like designing.
I've been doing a lot of my own plays. I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but
There's no right or wrong. You have great taste.
I think that there's just like in a room like that, you know, again, beautiful couches. You can work with that. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like I need to be okay with what she buys, but you know what I mean? Like I hear you. But you know, turn them the other way or like make them into like a sectional type situation, because it was just literally like two logs dividing the whole room, and that cut so much energy out. And when you're trying to entertain, I don't know, there was like a round chair that her grandmother sat in, which was another thing that was very dated looking to me. I don't know, I'm sure it's still coming together, and hopefully it, she could, I think she could maybe get like a little extra help in there,
In your opinion of the energy and blocking the energy, have you studied feng shui or anything? Is that?
No, not really. I just like to think it's a natural gift.
Oh my.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're so in tune.
No, I don't know. I enjoy it.
Self-taught.
I enjoy it. I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I like to look at like magazines and go into furniture stores and study placement and stuff like that. I just think it's like putting together a good room really is an art form. And I'm not saying I have that, but you have interior designers and decorators that are very in tune with that. And I question it myself, and I'll go and do my research. Like I'll look up like, lengths of curtains and stuff, like, is this, where should this be? And like, having like a warm tone versus like right now have a very small studio apartment. So I've been playing with mirrors. They all play off of each other to move light through the apartment. And, so everything has a purpose. I think that if you really think about it, you can do it. I don't know. That's enough of this.
Well, I think what's disappointing about Dolores's new space to me is that basically all the money only went to redo the kitchen, which was just paint the cabinets lighter, replace the tiles on the floor, and slap down new countertops.
Yeah.
Which is enough. It's very, very expensive.
And it looks good.
It's very, very expensive to redo your kitchen. And then I think the only other thing done was painting the house. So the house went from all those warm brown and yellow and orange tones that all the other women have, and Siggy came in, and Siggy's, let's lighten it up. So Siggy has a lot of light blues in her place, a lot of cool tones, and she, I feel like, encouraged Dolores to do that. So the kitchen's cooler with grays and blues and white, and the walls were a lot of like pretty neutrals or light blues.
Yes.
But Dolores is stuck with all the old furniture. All that old furniture that all the other women's houses are filled with, like very Teresa type furniture.
Yeah.
And it looks so, it's just a stark contrast to trying to refresh the place and make it like a new traditional. So
Yes,
I think that's what's sticking out to us. And we're kind of like, oh, that's a bummer that she couldn't,
Yeah.
that she doesn't have a budget to redo the entire place.
Right, yeah. How do you feel about oversized furniture, though? Because that's a big thing here in LA. I mean, I went and looked at furniture. I was like, this is the size of my whole place. Like, there's a lot of that big stuff. I don't like it, personally.
Well, I mean, I have a small place in my couch is a quote apartment size couch, which is a few
my
inches
favorite
smaller.
kinds, yeah.
So I'm not an oversized person.
No.
I loved her appliances. Weren't they new?
They looked it.
I don't remember.
Like,
They
I
would have
love
to
a
be.
refrigerator that opens like that. Like,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
2 doors in the middle.
That is like the size
girl
of my
can-
whole kitchen.
A girl can dream about a stainless steel double door
Yes.
fridge.
So, ultimately, I'm happy for her that she seems to be, like very accomplished, that she got this
Yes.
done, and she has a payment plan. She's going to turn things around with the gym. So that's good. Teresa not attending. She is waiting for an email or a call for this time. I love when Siggy walked into this house. Siggy, like Lisa Rinna channeling over the top. I am bugging out. And it's like, didn't she realize like what was going in the house? Like, did she help design it?
Yeah. No, here's my thing. I remember last week you mentioned to us they kept trying to film a finale, which would be a showdown between some of the women, and Jacqueline was kind of dodging them. Did you
Yes.
feel like tonight was supposed to be one of those nights, but Teresa dodged it?
This was one of them.
Okay,
Yes, this was one of them. And I'm going to get into all that news and gossip.
Okay, oh,
actually. So there's
exciting,
more
okay.
where that came from. Yeah, stay tuned later in the show because we're going to play with the timeline a little bit and look at when this show was actually supposed to end and what ended up happening behind the scenes. Interesting stuff. So Kim D showed up carrying a posh bag. And she said that she was bragging about her Instagram. Did you catch that audio bite?
no.
And she said that she was gonna leave when Jacqueline said she was gonna leave. But then when Dolores gave her toast, she was right there, coat off, like holding the glass. I watch for her. I watch her.
she
I'm
didn't
on
cause
to
any trouble.
No.
She didn't say anything.
No. I mean, maybe she didn't want to do it in someone else's house. Maybe she has that class.
Maybe she
I don't
does
know.
have
I
a
don't
morsel
know.
of dignity.
Yeah, I don't know. So Dolores brings in the Blessed Mother statue, which I kind of liked.
That was cute.
Melissa arrives, points out that troublemaker crew, which is like sick Jacqueline, Chris like paying his dues, man.
Yeah. Chris, I hope Chris is getting it. He is the 6th housewife this year.
Yeah, he's doing all the work that she doesn't want to do.
He is carrying the load of that storyline.
Yep. And then the Wakilis arrive, and Joe comes over and really does try his best to greet everyone evenly, like appropriately. And Jacqueline was really cold to him and not interested at all. What did you think of that moment?
I thought that was super shady, that whole thing. Like, if you're mad at Melissa, but you and Joe haven't exchanged any words, you polite kiss on the cheek. How you doing? I don't feel, this is a good opportunity to use the whole, I'm not feeling so well, you shouldn't stand too close to me.
Yeah.
And just stay back in the middle of that little huddle where she was, back up against the wall with her little bodyguards, Rosie and Kathy, on each side. But Joe really has nothing to do with that fight.
No.
So just be an adult for 5 seconds.
Do you think that she was embarrassed because of what she said in front of Joe to Melissa and all that? That's the first time they're seeing each other. I mean,
Possibly.
she should
Yeah,
be.
maybe she thought he was coming over to give her a piece of his mind. So
Yeah, she could have been like girding her loins. But I feel like if I'm mad at someone, and even if I would be equally as mad at him as Melissa, just because it's the whole thing so awkward. We got into a huge fight. He was there. Wasn't he kind of he was kind of speaking. I can't even remember that dinner now. He was kind of speaking up a little bit, wasn't he? Or no?
Well, to Chris. He spoke to Chris
He
about
did,
it. Oh, you
later.
mean okay, you're talking about the dinner in Vermont.
Kind of.
Oh God,
I don't know. I guess she just felt awkward and couldn't deal and couldn't be an adult. But if I've ever gotten into a fight with someone and then I have to see them again, I just can't even look at them. Like, I just can't fake it. And I have to give people some credit for not being able to be like, hi,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be fake. I don't like you anymore. We're in a fight. I think your wife's a jerk. I never want to see you again. I'm not gonna. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't fake it.
Yeah,
Just
I get that. Yeah,
So
no, it's very
a
authentic
blessing
of you,
that she
though.
was sick. So
Yeah.
that's the perfect
Yeah.
opportunity to be like,
No, I
sick,
get it, Fern, though. That's
bronchitis.
very authentic of you to not be a phony, basically, and just be like, everything's great. Like, like the Beverly Hills Housewives.
Oh God, yes.
Coming soon to AFTERBUZZ TV. Before we get there, let's talk about Chris and Joe Gorga's scene real quick. What do you want to say? Oh, hands are up. Megan's got her hands up.
I have such a major problem with this scene. I feel like Jacqueline has just realized Teresa's not coming, so there will be no showdown. So she's like, F this, I'm sick and I bothered to put on my makeup and production never told me she wasn't coming. And I have this shirt on to start a fight with her. She's like, I'm going to the car to lay down. Chris, you can do my dirty work and finish this scene where somebody's supposed to say something about this fight and start an argument.
I think that's a great call.
on the note. Yeah.
Yup.
Nailed it.
And then they added in the sound effect of her tooting the horn, which is so fake. I mean, there's no way anyone would be like, it's like right on cue. If you if we go back and watch it, it's like
Right.
all
Too
this
perfect.
and this like really annoying
She's
horn.
sitting somewhere warm with a production assistant who got her some nice hot tea, and the production assistant's got a walkie who's walkie-talking to someone else. Like, are they done yet? Are they done yet? Are they done
Yeah.
yet? How much longer? Like,
Yep. Joe says that Jacqueline went buck wild in Vermont. I don't remember it getting that crazy. I mean, she yelled at them. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, as far as like housewives fights, especially on this show goes, with Teresa throwing people around, I mean, I don't think it was that much of a showdown. But for compared to what we've been getting, it was.
I mean, she
Well,
went buck
good.
wild.
You think so?
Jacqueline, yes.
I don't know. I wouldn't
Stood up and
classify
said
it
you
that
have 4
bad.
nose jobs and you're
Yeah,
a
you're a
criminal.
criminal. I mean,
I think she
freaking
yelled
out.
at them, but I don't know if she
But
lost her.
freaking
Like,
out and screaming at Melissa. So Chris was specifically talking to Joe about what Melissa and her were having beef with. It's like Jacqueline never even needed to bring Melissa into it, saying, "Didn't I warn you about the stripper gate?" Blah 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 blah. Like, I think Jacqueline did go ballistic on Melissa.
see, I don't think she lost control though. I just think she just was an idiot.
Oh,
You know?
I mean, I think she lost.
I
all
think it was
control.
Really?
both.
Really? I don't know. I just think I think her true feelings came out in that. I think that's
Yeah.
what she's been harboring. I think that this is the person she is, unfortunately. That's how I feel from we're just watching her. Because she's obsessed for years,
You're
since
so right,
2011,
yeah.
over this. And she's wanted these moments with Teresa and with Melissa, and not so much with Melissa, but she's wanted this like thing to happen that's never going to happen. So I feel like that was like everything coming to a head after like festering for so long. And I think she just let it all I'll get out there, and it was not the right way to go about it, but
It did all boil up because she's like, "Were you two friends? You two are friends now? You hated each other." Bringing up 2011. Didn't I warn you? Oh, like,
yeah.
remember how much you dislike each other? Remember what she did to
Yeah.
you? She set you up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
I
my
think
God,
for
it was
me,
5 years ago.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like when they because then Chris went on to say it's like she walked in there and there was someone with like a loaded gun under the table. Like all the dramatics don't seem to match what's going on screen. So I think I kind of roll my eyes when I hear words like buck wild, like a loaded gun, because I'm like, I'm just not. It's just not on that level.
Yeah.
I thought this whole thing was weird because Chris told Jacqueline while they were getting ready to go, "I'm not getting involved with that SHIT." And then what does he do? He jumps in this phony scene with Joe and gets involved with that SHIT. So I'm just not having it with this whole thing.
And I hate how he was like, "We have to get the girls together. They were really good friends." No, they weren't. Melissa and Jacqueline were never.
right,
Not
which is
really.
why this scene is so phony.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Joe ended it by saying, "Be a man, get them together."
Oh, back to being
No,
a
he said,
Neanderthal.
"Talk to your effing wife."
Oh, he said that too.
I wrote it down. He said, "Be a man, talk to your effing wife."
So classy.
Oh,
Can't.
Such a gentleman.
yeah. Great. Well, let's flash forward to Ladies' Night, which I thought they could have stepped up that too a little bit. I thought they could have had send in production with maybe some pink and purple lights so they can just light up the gym wall with turn off the fluorescent lights. You know what I mean? Like make it an event. You know, like I'm just trying to think of different things that they could do.
I'm just falling apart thinking over how bad the budget is this year because there were no frills this year. Nope. This is like Kirkland brand.
A whiteboard.
This year is like called like Kirkland brand Real Housewives. Like,
Yep. No
frills,
thrills, no
this
frills.
year.
No. We're like, could just please write this on a whiteboard. Siggy brings in her own stand
Her own
up.
little poster, yeah.
It's like, all right, let's go. And then, yeah, I mean, what we said, the protein shake martinis were going to be coming out. I was like, all right, what's this going to be? Teresa's teaching a yoga class. Jacqueline is sick. And Chris tells Jacqueline about the conversation he had with Joe. And they both say they're not going to the fashion show. So that's kind of what's going on over there. When Dolores leaves a voicemail for her. And Dolores tried to keep her included and in the loop, which I thought was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she didn't really owe Jacqueline a call. Be like, look, she could be like, look, I'm busy hosting this event. Like, if you're not coming, that's great. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. So she made an effort to give her a little message.
It made more sense that they showed Jacqueline handing out flyers. Like, okay, she was a little invested in it.
Yeah.
She was doing Dolores a favor. It was nice of her to call and say, we miss you.
Yeah. So the yoga, what do I have voicemails? Oh yeah, we already wrote that. So we already talked about that. So yeah, so they did the yoga class, which seemed like both her and Siggy's scenes are like really rushed. I mean, it was more like a workout than it was actually like a practice of yoga. Like I feel like, you know, there's such a process that you go through. And it was odd that she had to like read cards to get through the class because I don't think it's not that difficult. I mean, it's a very, you know, if you take a traditional vinyasa flow class, it's, you know, there's a beginning, middle, and end, you know. But
I think one of the things I really look for in a yoga instructor is having a nice soothing voice to where I get a little like a little sleepy and relaxed, especially at that like the last 5 minutes or 2 minutes where you get to lay down. And Teresa would the opposite for me, her voice. So I find it hilarious.
And
that
her
she
delivery.
Thinks, yeah.
And now we'll do tree pose.
yeah.
Treat.
And they've got the full, you know, overhead lights,
I
like
know, the lights were
blaring,
on.
no fun music playing, not a candle to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it looked like a success for the gym owner was happy, Dolores was happy, so it looked like a success overall. So that's good. So then we flash forward to the day of the fashion show, and it doesn't appear that any like outfits are still being assigned. People don't know what shoes they're wearing. I don't understand why this wasn't done like weeks prior. But yeah, again, like the ragtag team is getting their show together. So yeah, what else can we say about that? Melissa's there basically to prove to Joe that she can do it. And then I'm sure on the finale, he's going to be like, you did such a good job. I'm going to start, you know, cutting you some more slack. I'm going to start, you know, making dinner for the kids. Like, that's my prediction right here.
Yeah,
Good
you know?
prediction.
I mark your words. Agreed.
Yeah. We know how it goes at this point. So Dolores says that on the way over to this fashion show, that Jacqueline is now twisting her words off camera. Apparently, Jacqueline has been speaking to a lot of people that Dolores made her look bad by not putting her on the promotional material for Ladies' Night and by making her look like a no-show.
Well, it's a two-parter. So Jacqueline's upset that on camera, Dolores called her and was like, just want to see if you're coming, which was obviously a very set-up thing. For some reason, it really pissed Jacqueline off that she did that on camera to make her look like a no-show. So now Jacqueline said to Dolores, I'm going to lie and say I was supposed to be on that flyer and make you look bad, too.
Why does that make her look bad that she was supposed to be on the flyer?
First
I
of all,
didn't
what
catch
would
all that. I did
Jacqueline...
not
What's her
catch all
draw?
What would Jacqueline be offering?
Right,
Because
exactly.
Right.
Siggy is basically
author,
motivational
yeah.
speaking about relationships. And then Teresa was teaching the yoga. So what the hell would Jacqueline be offering them?
Appearances by, yeah.
Like Little
Makeup?
Colonel?
Yeah. Well, that would be tough to bill her.
If she
as
was on the
anything,
flyer
yeah.
and Dolores called her and said, are you coming? That would make her look like a no-show. If she was on the flyer and then was like, oh, I'm sick.
When
Like,
did I miss the point though when she said, "Are you still coming?"
She made a call really quick. It was, I think, right before they rushed over to confront Robin for being there and say, we don't have a problem with you, but we do because of Jacqueline.
So it wasn't the voicemail.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Oh, because the voicemail to me was just like, oh, yeah, I just like, letting
But this
you know.
is how off the rails Jacqueline is. That Jacqueline's pissed that this went on camera to make her, so that they were able to edit it to make it look like she was a no-show. Because that's what they did.
Yeah, but I thought that phone call was just like, I'm just thinking of you. Like, I'm just letting you know that, like, it's off and running. Like, I didn't think that it was like to make her look like she was a no-show.
Yeah, she didn't say like, where are you, right?
Yeah, I don't think she asked like, oh, are you coming? I thought she knew it.
Well, I mean, that's how off the rails Jacqueline is. That Jacqueline's
Siggy's-
like, they're going to twist it around and make me look bad and screw you.
Siggy said she's paranoid, which is, yes.
It's
Right.
absolutely true.
And then Dolores said something strange, like, does she think that she did something to me that I know about that she doesn't know that I know about? It was something like, I need to draw a graph.
But she doesn't know that I know that she knows that I know, kind of a thing.
I don't know. It's not worth going that deep into because it's all a little warped.
Well, here's the thing is like we keep being shown silly, phony, producer, make me talk about these 3 bullet points. And now this is going off camera stuff that they're talking about. So it's just getting so wild. It's like everything that's happening, we have to have a phony scene about stuff that's happening off camera, which is what's happening with all these shows. So I just feel like that's why all these Housewife franchise are all over the place for me. Like the entire last season of Beverly Hills was about off camera stuff. I mean, I feel like OC is a messy right now. Stuff's happening off camera, so the girls are whipping out their cell phones to have it be on camera. I mean, it's just, it's getting so wild. And the behind the scenes dramatics are, I'm sure, more amazing than the most amazing scene we've ever seen on camera because it's so bitter. It's so bitter between all of them.
Well, let's take a look. Well, actually, before we do that, so Dolores is now completely off Jacqueline, it appears, and
She told her to F herself.
yeah. So we'll see how that all glosses over for the finale. But let's take a look at some news and gossip because some good stuff to talk about. Let's take a look.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So the Envy fashion show was open to the public, and any one of us could go. Tickets for a standing room only. These prices are so odd. $85.39 just to stand.
$89.39.
85.
39.
39 cents. Then for the VIP experience, that's $370.24. Where are these, like, I've never seen, like, an unrounded numbers. Like, what is this little
Is this so
change
when
go
the
to?
tax is added that it's exactly a round
I don't know,
dollar amount?
I think it was from NewJersey.com that they, I don't know, but it's very exact.
Prices are insanity. These are like going to see the Rolling Stones prices. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, if you wanted that VIP experience and you're ready to shell over almost $400, you could get a front row seat, and then you get a photo with the Real Housewives stars. That's part of the package. And then it's open bar, dinner, and you get a gift bag.
What's the exact location of this?
I saw it was Macaluso's, which is a
really?
place, it's like a brownstone, like a really nice place where you have weddings.
Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
their
I mean,
neighborhood.
it looked like a
Yeah.
nice place. It did look legit.
Yeah, in North Jersey.
Yeah. So Jacqueline apparently refused to go to this fashion show. So spoiler alert, we will not be seeing her at the fashion show at all, even though we kind of knew that she wasn't going to go, but she really isn't now. And this is really frowned upon, according to what the sources on like Tamra Titles and all these other reality websites, because it's mandatory to go for these finale scenes because it's part of their contract. So Jacqueline is supposed to have a reconciliation scene with Robin and Melissa. And this is supposed to be at a party filmed before the last episode. So that must have been this gym scene, this gym party. Because that gym party was supposed to be one of the final episodes. So it was supposed to be all the ladies in one place at once, Jacqueline having a scene to address everything with Robin and Teresa. Didn't happen. And Melissa. So that's when they had to extend it again. So they went into this this finale of the fashion show, which probably would make more sense. But who knows? Conflicting reports say that Ladies' Night was supposed to be the ending, but it makes more sense with the fashion show. However, Melissa and Jacqueline refused to acknowledge each other at this other party, so they couldn't use that. that was another story. There's all these like events. They had to keep extending filming to get all these ladies in the same room. So they extended film, they kept extending filming, and now Bravo allegedly at this point, after all these events, had to step in, allegedly, the lawyers, and say, look, this is part of your contract, we need a scene to end this with all of you. Like they went hard on Jacqueline, because apparently a lot of production and the cast had all had it up to here with Jacqueline at this point, because they were all doing their obligations to the show, and she was drawing it out. So they have this party now that Siggy's putting together, and now this is like the end, because this is like where they forced her to go. So yeah, the cast is
Like
not
a party
happy
at
with her.
Siggy's house?
No, it's going to be at Rails, right?
Oh, is that Rails?
Didn't it look like they were at Rails?
Why not?
It looked to me like we were rounding out the season at Rails. I
Yes,
hope,
I can
hope
only
that's
hope. Yes,
yes.
that'll be very appropriate. Yeah, so I mean, long story short, there's been a lot of extensions and Jacqueline getting in the way, and you know, it's who knows. But yeah, I was trying to piece the whole timeline together. I was like, well, wait, when was this party when they were supposed to confront? So it was the last party before the finale. So I'm assuming that was between the housewarming party and then this gym party.
Oh, there was another one in between?
Well, no, the housewarming and then
yeah.
the gym opening party, and then it was probably supposed to be the finale. Oh, I don't know. It's so weird because I've read so many articles at this point, and it's like some of them. It's funny because it was all before the show started, and some of them are spot on with what they predicted throughout the season, and then others are like, "Oh, Robin's a full-time housewife, and Robin's gonna do this and that," and she never was. So you know, you take it all with a grain of salt. But I do believe that, in my own opinion, that Jacqueline was definitely a problem in the end.
Yeah.
To try to get this thing done.
Sounds like it.
I mean, she went after. She only had 2 allies, and then she went after one of them. Like, nuts.
Yes. So I don't know if you know if there's a 3-part reunion. Please let us know because we'd like to prepare. Please let me know. I need to know. I don't know if there's gonna be 3.
Well,
we really don't
thank
need
you,
it.
Jesus. Next week is the finale.
Yeah. So that'll do it. Any news? Anything you want to discuss?
You know, if you did like Jacqueline's T-shirt tonight, that's actually. Ashley did a collaboration with a company called From Phoenix with Love. So you can head to her Instagram to find the link, or you can go to From Phoenix with Love Instagram to order the T-shirt, Namaste Away From Me.
All right. There you go. So popular. It's the name of this episode. So, yeah. All right. Well, I think that covers it with our predictions or anything like that we wanted to say.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I don't know. I think fashion show will be messy, but they'll edit it to look messy, and then like there was this great finale, and everything kind of went fine in the end. And Joe, yeah, like you said, Joe's gonna kiss her butt in the end. Oh, I'm gonna help out more. You really impressed me.
Yeah.
These women, you guys can't really run the world, huh? I guess we're gonna have a woman president now, huh? Okay, so I think
God
that's that.
forbid.
And then I'm really not sure how we're gonna end the season because it looks like Jacqueline goes running away from the final confrontation. Hightails it out of there, and Siggy and Dolores run after her. And I don't know how we're ending the season
I think that's how it's going to end. It's disjointed. Once again, I
I'm
don't think
fine with
anything's
it.
going to go anywhere.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I know the article I read is how they wanted to have all the ladies end on like good terms. For whatever reason, they wanted them all to be like at a common place.
That's what they do in New York.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, and so that was another effort that went south. But why do we have to manipulate things and have it?
Right.
Why do they have to be kumbaya? Like, who the hell cares? I really don't care. I don't even care if they didn't even have Jacqueline show up to the last thing. But her not showing up, that speaks volumes in
It's
of itself.
authentic, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
she blew off that one reunion that one time. It's like, obviously, Jacqueline loves to pull a no-show.
Yep.
The one thing I am looking forward to is Bitch Better, because it used to be Danielle versus Teresa, and now how times have changed. And
Yes.
it's Jacqueline versus Teresa, and nobody is safe in Jersey. No alliances are safe.
Nope.
They might talk about friendship and family and whatever, but
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
change over time,
Right.
including the fact that Teresa and Danielle were having a yoga class together.
Yes.
And yeah.
I read an article on Bravo, I think it was the Daily Dish today, and it was why Teresa reached out to Jacqueline, why Teresa reached out to Danielle, like what prompted that. And that was because, I guess, did you read this article? Andy asked a question at the reunion to Teresa if she keeps up with Danielle. And then immediately after that, that sparked her to send Danielle a DM. And then they exchanged the phone numbers and said, let's get together. So they went to Jamba Juice after yoga and they talked for a little bit, but apparently it was only for a short time because Teresa had to be somewhere. But Teresa did give her the time of day.
Wow. See, I don't buy any of this. I think Teresa's making a play to get Danielle back on the show because she thinks it'll be good for the show. Maybe they can get rid of Jacqueline off the cast if they have a pot stirrer like Danielle. Maybe we can skip re-signing Jacqueline again for another season. I'm just really wondering, or if Teresa wants to band together with Danielle to bring the crazy. I'm not sure what it is, but to me, it's a complete move. It's a complete ploy. It's a game. She's a chess piece to Teresa, and I really wonder why she would want to align herself with her, because the fact that she had the nerve to say on an interview on E! News, I have never had a problem with Danielle. I'm sorry. Have you seen season 1, season 2, and both reunions?
Both, I know, the reunions alone.
Why would you lie to our faces, Teresa? Like, we do not have as short of a memory as you do, apparently. Like, we're not stupid. We're not buying it. No. So whatever you want to tell us as far as, like, we had our problems in the past and we've made up, that's fine. But don't say you never had a problem with her.
Yeah, it's an insult to all the people that, like, the 3 million people that watched live that episode that are no longer there. I got news for them. They're not there anymore, those people. They stopped in 2011 when the show stopped.
I, for one, am excited. No matter what is going on with this gimmick, I want to see Danielle back.
Oh, yeah. Well, she said she'd definitely do it. And for more of what we think, you can listen to Fern and myself talk on Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk, because we look at the photo, we analyze the expressions, and more. So you can check that episode out on all major podcasting platforms. Where can we find you, ladies?
This is Fern. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Fern Ronay. And my novel, Better in the Morning, which I describe as Sex and the City meets Ghost, is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
And you guys should tune into Grant's Rants podcast, because I listened to the episode and it was fab and talked about all my fun favorite things. But you guys can keep up with me, Megan Stecher, on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's all under the same name. It's Megan Stecher, MEGANSTECHER.
And give me a follow if you want it, Grants__rants. We'll be back with the finale of The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.